welcome to the episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of Miami.
We did episode 3?
4? I don't know. It's Miami.
It's Miami.
Even weirder still is it feels weird to have waited a week before doing another show.
We've said it so many times, but like not having Atlanta on Sunday was just dumb. Like,
yeah.
Just.
I don't think we said it so many times. I think we said it once.
Maybe we said it to each other off the pod, but
true.
it's
definitely true.
Bad news bears.
Bad news. For those of you just joining us, thank you. We appreciate it. We are two husbands. We watch the Real Housewives shows. We talk about them. We don't recap them. Mm-hmm. We just talk about what we saw. And sometimes that involves recapping, but I'll tell you how great of a recap that is. I took a couple notes. Where are they? Not here. So relying on the old noggin. That's what we do. So we just literally watched the show, and now we're upstairs to talk about it. And that's what we're doing here. So like, subscribe, do all that stuff. And now, Jeff, now you can talk.
No, sorry. I feel like you like recap the premise each time. I know like it's, there's always newer viewers or newer listeners. But yeah.
You'd also be surprised how easily or like how, important it is to say things like and subscribe. Make sure you follow us.
That's true. That's true.
People are like, oh, I guess they don't really need me to do that. No, we really need you to do that. Please. Mm-hmm. We're trying to, especially on YouTube, if you watch us on YouTube, follow us there. Like, we want to, I don't think we'll earn any money on YouTube, but it'd be nice if we did. It'd be kind of
Someday. Dreams.
It's an expensive little hobby.
Yeah. Yes, because we're not really getting anything back out of it.
Yeah. Actually, I wouldn't say it's expensive. It was expensive buying it, but this was all last year's expense. We're all good now. So now we just enjoyed doing this.
That's true.
Totally
That's true. And even if we didn't have the podcast, we'd still do BravoCon. So it's not like we're doing it strictly for the podcast, although we probably should podcast from BravoCon.
Probably should, but then we'll have to figure out how to bring microphones on an airplane.
Oh, gosh.
Now that we don't have to take our shoes off, now we can afford to put microphones on.
Lord, don't even get me started.
It's the number one concern in America is, oh my God, I'll take my shoes off at the airport. That's what we had to fix.
It's really not.
It really is not. It is not.
Were you ever a person who wore, back when you had to take your shoes off, slip-ons or sandals?
I would.
I never do on a plane.
Well, I would wear slip-ons if I could. I would never wear flip-flops because my feet would be too cold.
For sure. No. For sure.
But slip-ons for sure. That way they're just easy on, easy off, all that stuff. But now I don't have to worry about it. Now I'm going to wear thigh-high boots next time I go to the...
Thigh-high boots.
Me and my thigh-highs. So...
As you do.
Yeah.
Well, I know where this started, and it was with self-help.
Yes, it was meeting her self-help guru or whatever he called him.
It's so of today. It's like I saw this guy on Instagram and I liked his memes. Basically is what you're saying.
That is what
I liked his post and I was like, yeah, that resonates. Even when you are a man, I'm seeing it from a different perspective. You should come and do a party for me and my girlfriends. And we're going to talk about narcissism.
Easy for you to say. What bothered me most about that scene, and I know I'm glad they put it into perspective later by saying it was hurricane season, because that's usually like October, November, December. It's winter, basically. But I was like, this guy's wearing, South Miami, wearing a knit sweater shirt.
Oh, I didn't put that together. You're right. Yeah.
I was like, I don't know. I don't understand this whole, this is how I know I'm old. I don't understand the whole knit sweater polo shirt thing going on that all the young kids are wearing, because it just
looks hot.
Yeah, it's hot. You're going to sweat your balls off in that thing, especially when it is hot. But I just don't understand why you would do that. It doesn't lend itself to undershirts.
And I would never not wear an undershirt under any sort of sweater material.
Yeah.
Come on.
So, I mean,
that only happens on TV, TV, fictional, scripted TV.
Yeah. And so that, I just keep imagining all these polo shirt sweater knits just becoming BO magnets. There's just no way you're gonna get the BO out of that. So
right,
yeah.
It's
I don't care how much deodorant we wear. It's sweater on bare skin. No,
but it's also gonna then stain the underarm. It's not a good idea.
Yeah, it's not
a good idea.
So it's and then I didn't catch whether that guy is living in America now, or if he came specifically from Australia just to do this.
Did she fly him out?
Yeah, I'm a bit curious.
Is he a scammer? Because she tends to fall for that type of man. I feel like that's what they're inferring with her soon-to-be ex, maybe someday, that he is shady. There's some sort of shady business going on.
I don't know.
I mean, there's reasons why she's like very close friends and very similar to Teresa.
Oh, God.
Birds of a feather.
Yeah, I can see that.
Birds of a feather get fleeced together. I'm stalking them out.
So, so after she meets with, was his name Nick? Daniel?
Oh gosh, the Australian. I can't remember.
Yeah, whatever. Then it was another scene with. Oh no, then it was Lisa and Jody just hanging around,
talking about how he's there for her, and because once he came into her life, the users exited her life, so she's always being used and treated badly, and then he came along and he moved those people all away.
It seemed more like her opportunity to talk about how Lenny is still building a house. Which I was like, okay.
As far as a part of their agreement.
Yeah, their separation agreement. Or their marriage, I don't know, something like that.
Their divorce agreement, yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, neat. And then it moved on to, I guess, Stephanie going out. And again, one more goddamn time. The Birkin's wet. If I hear about her Birkin in the next episode, I'm going to lose my mind.
Here's something I'm going to say. And I know how I love me some Kyle Richards. I think Birkins are typically ugly.
Yeah, no, they are.
They're not a cute purse, and it's just I don't care if it's $10,000 plus
$30,000. Yeah,
it's not that cute. I'd rather have a very cute, lesser brand than a Birkin. I just think it's just a wasteful.
I think a Birkin goes
for an ugly bag too.
Birkins go in line with Rolls Royces. They're very they seem to me to be a more matronly or older person sort of status symbol.
Got to every housewife of Atlanta like dying to drive a Rolls Royce. Yeah. Why?
But the Birkin, just like the Rolls Royce, are very boxy and just seem too larger than they need to be. And yeah,
let's put it this way. So Stephanie is 40. And I'm not saying she, like, physically, she looks 40. When I found her age, I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But how she dresses and styles herself is like she's 60.
She's an old soul. She went through that.
I'm an old soul, and I look 45.
But that's because you're a gay boy.
Well, but if I was a woman, I would still dress like a 45-year-old and not like I'm 60. Like, I should be, like, the mother of the bride 10 times over. Like, it's just the Chanel... And I'm sorry, I'm tired of bows and people and grown women's hair and just like all like the print and like it's just so like I am a 60-year-old woman and it's not cute.
It's very Bunny McDougal.
Yeah, who is 60, who looks like and dresses way younger than Stephanie is Adriana. She'll be 60 this year.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Huh. That's Christian.
And she like has a more youthful spirit than Adriana, than Stephanie.
Yeah. So
I don't know why I'm shouting about this, but like it just bugs me her matronliness.
When you were growing up, were you described as an old soul? Were you one of those gay kids?
Well, yes, because I'm a little gay boy, and I love TCM and like
even as a kid or as a teenager.
I liked older movies typically, and I loved older TV shows. I loved Nick at Night growing up in the 90s. Right. That was a huge thing. That's how I discovered the Patty Duke Show and all those other My Three Sons, et cetera, et cetera.
I drew a line. Patty Duke was really all I went to with those, but
I watched everything. Donna Reed.
Couldn't do it.
Like
Car 54, Where Are You?
Yes.
No, couldn't do it.
You know, just so many shows.
Those original Nick at Night shows, the only one I could really get into is the Patty Duke Show.
Oh, Patty was the best. I mean, because it's like ridiculous. Identical cousins.
Yeah.
But
just, again, our love of soaps and one actress playing two characters, always the best. Also because it didn't occur to me that a show that old would try to do that, like that they could get away with it, because you'd think that the technology wouldn't have been there.
And it wasn't.
It wasn't, but they still did a really good job with it. So
yeah, it'd be like really quick, like, it would be a double, but you'd be so quick you wouldn't see it's a double.
Yeah.
But yes, I've always been into, like in terms of entertainment, older stuff like that. Mm-hmm. That just fits me. So I am an old soul. I think she's just dowdy.
And not Kristen Dowdy?
That's Dowdy.
Oh. So sorry.
So
yeah.
like I don't know why. It's just her attitude and that whole scene of like watching them go to the apartment buildings and like what's her husband's name?
It's not
I almost said Malouf, but that's Adrian Malouf.
Yeah, I forget. It's Mahmood or something like that.
Insert husband's name. Oh my God, the dog shit on the bed.
Literally.
And like I'm just.
I mean, I did like that. Like I did like that. She made the differentiation that, you know, he acts a little bit more lively than she does, even though he's older than her. And then, like, I did like while they're walking through, he's like, why do you need to see more than one apartment? They're all the same. They're going to be fine. And then, you know, clearly.
Well, that's also because she was hiding the dogs from her.
Well, they said that they put the dogs in one of the apartments. They said that earlier on. But either way, I did like that she's like, we're going to go to the other apartments. That's that thing I did like. Because she's like, you can try and talk me out of this, but no, I'm going to do what I came here to do. Just quit screwing with my work.
With my Patty Duke flip. I just can't. And she's like flipping. I'm like, there's no hair to flip behind you. Okay, get a weave. Like, it just, I don't know why she like kind of rubs me the wrong way, but she rubs me the wrong way. We'll see if that changes, but
I mean, based on our TikToks last week, it seemed that a lot of people agreed with you, that they were like, hey, you know, pump your brakes there, new girl. Don't come in here guns a-blazing.
Come in like super hot. Like, I do agree, and we'll get more in depth. Not that really need to get in depth to it. But I like, you know, Lisa's, I would say my girl. I have like a few housewives who would say like, oh, that's my girl on other franchises. So she's not quite there yet, but I'm, for all intents and purposes for this show, she and Guerdy are my girls, so to speak. But she was dead wrong for being 2 hours late. Completely wrong. And not owning up to it right away and not leading with an apology. It was just like, what are you doing?
I love that you were like, I sense a clock coming on. Like, the minute Marisol got there and like she got in the van and said 12, you're like, there's gonna be a countdown.
Because whenever they do that, where it's like it was dead silent, and then she's like got into I'm like, something's going on here. We also saw like, you know, previews online that the trailer last week that she was gonna be late, but I was like, there's gonna be a time clock, and sure enough, like 2 hours. Why didn't they leave her and have her come to the place afterwards? Like, they could have gotten her an Uber, or a PA could have like driven her. Like, I don't understand.
It makes me wonder if they were all told different times.
Well, I'm sure they do have different call times, but like,
no, but I wonder if they specifically purposely told Lisa, oh no, you don't have to be there till 2. Just to
she's like, okay, I'll have Glam come at 12.
Yeah. So, and, you know, but yeah, no, it was really, really, it was rude that Lisa didn't. I mean, if she was gonna be late, at least she'll be, hi guys, sorry I'm so late. But she'd be like, hi guys, I'm here.
Hey goddesses. Also, the theme is dumb.
I mean, like, maybe it'll come into more play next week when we see the actual party. But this whole like walk up of goddess of blah blah blah, goddess of penises, or whatever they called Kiki.
Yeah, I think after Old Hollywood, a Grecian theme is my next least favorite.
I think we should turn the space behind your head. We should just start a list of housewife theme parties. I don't think I've seen the Grecian theme too many times.
It's I'm sure.
Can we talk? I liked what everyone was wearing to the party, but I don't know what the hell Star Trek uniform Kiki's got. Like, that was...
Why are you wearing green when everyone else is like wearing white or beige?
I mean, it's supposed to be like garden themed, maybe, so I could see like it's kind of springy and everything. But
it was so architectural.
Yeah, and it looked like a weird Star Trek alien costume. So
yeah,
she looked good, but I mean,
the hair too made it very old school Star Trek.
Yeah. So. But
speaking of Kiki, I don't know why she has her own scenes. I don't know why I'm supposed to care about her father. I wish them the best, but it doesn't make it a good TV. Oh, he called her son on his birthday. Yay.
I don't know why Larsa had to be like, I guess Larsa.
Why did Larsa have to be in that to be a top 2?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I don't know why I can count on probably one hand the number of friends I have, let alone, and that's not to mention quote unquote friends. Like, I would be so ooged out to be on the, like, oh, hi, nice to meet you, Mr. Kiki Barth, or whatever his name is, you know, Kiki's dad. I would just don't want that. Like, think about your coworkers, then imagine having to, like, do a weird hello on the phone to them. That man does not know who Larsa is, does not care who Larsa is, and does not need to say hello to Larsa. Just no.
All
Weird.
the above.
Don't like it.
Yes.
So yeah, not into it.
Yeah, and like miniature golf and their awkward conversation with her son and his friend.
Yeah. I mean, that was nice. It was cute. Maybe they're, I guess maybe they're trying, because there are only 5, I guess 6 now, mainstream housewives. Maybe they're trying to like upgrade, get another housewife.
I feel like she's like a friend with an uppercase F.
Yeah.
Because she is really leaning into especially, and Marisol too.
Well, it's like Marisol clearly would have had the opportunity to be a main, I'm sure, and she just doesn't seem to want it. Like, I don't know how they would have offered her. So I think maybe they're going to upgrade Kiki. Maybe that's what
I wonder if she makes the same as like Alexia, because they're both OGs.
Oh, yeah, Marisol.
And they're best friends. And I would be a little bit annoyed though but it's not like she does less work because she's in every episode.
It's crazy.
So
going back to the mini golf, I have to say it's brave of them to have filmed in blacklight. Like, no, I mean, because you never know what's going to look all freaking weird in black.
That's
like,
true.
Your teeth just come out all crazy or, whatever. But
I thought I'd just be like DNA everywhere. That's where you're going with that.
No. But I'm imagining that production may have color corrected to make sure that, Larsa didn't look like the weird devil or something. Like, I'm sure much like these pink lights make us look.
Right. So. Yeah, I don't know. I don't need all that much Larsa in my life.
Did Larsa have anything Larsa related this episode?
No, she was just. Everyone had a new confessional.
Yeah,
with her
red feather, like frock
chiffon.
Yeah, something red fringe.
Yeah,
but it didn't do good for her. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't. And then was it who had the weird braided tube top? Was that Lisa?
Guerdy.
Oh yeah, it was all right.
It was fine. I like the color on her. It was better than like the. And she did it tonight on the as a Grecian thing, the spray painted like silver hair head thing.
They showed a flashback of Guerdy, like, and she had a long wig, and I thought, wow, she looked really pretty with the long hair. Like, I wonder if we're gonna see any of that, or if she's really rocking the short natural, because of the,
probably the short natural. I think she's really pretty with as bald.
Oh, absolutely. But I just I don't know. I think sometimes when I see women doing the short hair and then let alone bald, like I'm just get so used to it where then when I see them with hair, I'm like, whoa, that doesn't look right at all. But
like Shelley-On.
Yeah. Like you're like, I want one or the other, but I don't know. I think
she's never bald these days. Like on Instagram, she always has a wig on. Interesting.
That's interesting. I want to know more.
Right. Speaking of Guerdy, the sit down with Julia, what did you think about that? Was Julia sincere?
No. God, no. Well, I mean, I think she was sincere in that, like, she got caught being a, Debbie Downer and being all nasty and mean, and she wanted to, like, move past that. I don't think she was sincere in really wanting to, be friends. I think she just wanted to put the ugliness behind them so she would stop feeling bad.
I don't think she felt bad. I
think she felt guilty or bad about doing something, but I don't think it was the thing that I don't think she felt guilty about. It wasn't the right thing to feel guilty about.
No, I don't think she, unlike the Barbra Streisand Barry Gibb song, does not feel guilty. And she has something to feel guilty about for being so horrible to Guerdy. I don't think, one, that the apology. I think, 2, she was seething with anger and could barely contain it. And I'm like, why are you so angry at Guerdy? Like, what's the deal? And then 3, I felt she expected Guerdy to be more apologetic to her, which she did. I think she took enough accountability of like, you came at me and I went below the belt and that was wrong to talk about your facelift, et cetera, et cetera. But if anyone needed to apologize the most, it was Julia. And she did. She apologized. I just don't feel like it was really there. It was more so I need to like not look like an ass in front of the viewers.
Right.
So I'm going to apologize and piece this together, even though I don't really feel it.
I feel like the thing that Julia was most upset about was that she mentioned the facelift on camera at all.
Totally.
It wasn't about you left Martina to have a facelift. It wasn't anything about anything else. It was just that it's been said on camera that you had a facelift.
And she did. I don't really know her before this, but she looks really good.
I mean,
that's one thing I can say about Julia.
Yeah.
So good work.
I do kind of want, but I guess it's good work in that I didn't notice that it was done. Like, I've seen pictures of her before, and I never really it's not like she had, Margaret's face job and teeth, everything they done in Jersey.
Margaret really did a 180.
Where you're like, well, that's a whole different face.
Totally.
Like, this was definitely the same face, and just, I guess, better, tighter skin or whatever. But yeah, that's what I think bugged me the most, is that Julia wasn't upset about anything to do other than the fact that it was said on camera. And so therefore she didn't truly feel bad about saying mean things to Guerdy. She didn't feel bad about, not treating Guerdy the right way or reacting the way that she did. The only thing she felt bad about was that the public knows she had a facelift, which boo-hoo, who cares?
Yeah.
We expect it of half these ladies, but I guess it matters to her. But
what matters most to Julia is the show, and I think that's something she is a constant in her life, and she needs to maintain it. Mm-hmm. And she's desperately trying to hold on to it, thus creating this issue with Guerdy when there's no issue. So
I thought it was interesting as well when they were like apologizing to each other, or like Julia kept trying to kind of interrupt.
Yes.
And Guerdy was like, just let me get this out. Right. I want to say this.
Do you like me, Guerdy?
Yeah. No, I don't. No, I liked that Guerdy was like, let me just get this out. But you could tell that Julia was flustered in such a way that, like, her English was not right. Like, the way she was piecing together her sentences was very much English as a second language. Like, and I couldn't tell if she was, like, it was just more that she was, I think, caught off guard. And, like, she was trying to, like, convey a lot of, I think, complicated thoughts and feelings, but she couldn't get formulated fast enough, and Guerdy definitely could, and so it kind of kept putting Julia at a disadvantage, and I think that made her more frustrated. And it's one of those things where, like, the more frustrated you get, the harder it gets to speak your mind,
and you just keep digging yourself deeper and deeper.
And I really feel that's what Julia did in that scene, is she just dug deeper and deeper, and I don't think it scored her any points with fans and viewers, or me especially.
And I don't believe things will, like, stay good between them, and I believe that she will, like she said, talk about this to the other girls about what happened.
Oh yeah.
So
we forgot about how was it Alexia and
yes, I was about to get to that. These women, at least some of them, are not Guerdy's actual friends, because Alexia's saying, "See, there she goes," and I get Guerdy can be very loud, and like, there's a lot of hand gestures, and she's very
animated.
Yes, but I feel it's slightly getting into a territory of a microaggression.
I was gonna say, yeah. No, I mean, I a lot of those. I think there's no other way to put it. The fact that they expect Guerdy to calm down, and it might have been in the Julia conversation, or it may have been with Alexia, where they pretty much said, "Will you get so angry?" And it's like, okay, now you're calling her an angry black woman.
Uh-huh.
And again, it's this thing. And it was with Alexia, because she said, "We all get like this." How it was. I think had it gone on further, or maybe edited differently, I'm pretty sure Guerdy said, "Why is it bad for me to be like this?"
Right,
when
which
everyone else is like
Guerdy
this.
says, "You yell," and like Alexia was so taken aback by that, like, how dare you? But it's true. Like, as much as Guerdy is like this, Alexia crying and just like basically flogging herself in every scene. You're very dramatic as well, ma'am. And so you calm down.
Yeah, exactly. Also never tell a housewife to calm down.
Nope.
Never works.
The fact that Guerdy didn't just jump up and like snatch Julia after she threw water on her shows that she can contain herself. And I think she knew at that moment, if she hadn't, she would be blamed. She'd be the angry black woman. Mm-hmm. She'd be all the things.
Yeah.
And so, yes, these women are just coming at her like with no sympathy, and we're tiptoeing into microaggression land.
So on a lighter note regarding Juliet, do you think she has any looks that aren't a wet look? Like when the wet look was in, and what was that, like the late 80s, early 90s? Julia was probably like in heaven with that.
I mean, she's slicked back all day, every day.
She probably owns
It's Miami, though.
Owns a lot of Lycra, I'm sure. She probably loved like the gym wear back in the day. She had some French cut leotards she'd wear.
Her eye makeup is questionable as well. It's a little throwback.
It's very, Julia is very throwback, and maybe that's her thing. What is it with me noticing all the 80s throwback?
I don't know. I mean, well, she's dating a woman who was, popular in the 80s.
Maybe that's what caught her up. I never thought about that.
That was Martina's heyday.
They're not just dating, they're married.
Sorry, married. I say dating. Oh, she's married a lady from the 80s.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So
we didn't get into like the hurricane.
Oh yeah, hurricane. Okay, got it.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's fine.
I never thought about coconuts being deadly during a hurricane, but that makes so much sense.
Just flying at you or like shattering your windows.
Exactly. That's crazy. I mean, I always think about how fortunate we are that we live in Northern California where we don't have severe weather. I have had coworkers in different parts of the country who've had like their cars just annihilated by like hail the size of your fist.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And it's the sort of thing where like when I used to, we live in the city, it's like, oh well, I parked my car on the street, big deal. But if you had hail and you just parked your car on the street, you could just damage your car beyond recognition. So it's like, no wonder garages are where it's at.
Yeah.
I mean, if we ever lived like somewhere with crazy weather, we need a garage. I just can't.
Oh, for sure.
I can't.
A carport's not going to cut it either.
Might.
You're still exposed to the elements.
Yeah, I don't want any golf ball
I need a door
coming inside.
I need a garage door.
Yeah. But no, we'd be those people on House Hunters being like, no, we need a garage.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, we need a 3-car garage because I need a workshop,
Or a place for my golf cart. No.
And I need a man cave.
God.
But
that's the things that annoys about House Hunters. Yeah.
Yeah, we would be the people who are like, well, we need space for our podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know. This wouldn't be a very good podcast room. Or we'd be like, oh, we're so used to
what are the acoustics like here? Hello?
Yeah. Like, I don't know. Where are we going to put the action board? There's no real good wall to put the action board. Okay. Speaking of action, we need to put some strings back up here.
We haven't had strings in forever.
Yeah, maybe we don't need them anymore.
No.
We'll wait for some real drama to start.
Well, OC is coming tomorrow.
OC is coming tomorrow. I'm looking forward to it.
I am too.
We're going to get busy for a few weeks. A good three housewives a week.
For 3 weeks, and then we'll say goodbye to Atlanta.
But then isn't something else starting up?
No, I mean, they have Salt Lake would be the next one because they have that, already filmed. So that would make the most sense.
And I'm guessing, we talked about this already, I'm guessing they won't show or release Rhode Island until after BravoCon.
You had said that. I mean, it makes, if BravoCon's in November, it makes somewhat sense.
They're going to tease it because they're going to have all the coverage for BravoCon, and they're going to like interlace, I'm sure, some Rhode Island.
It'd be a good holiday show. I could see like Rhode Island and Beverly Hills coming out in November.
That would be good.
Or December, yeah, around that time.
Yeah. I guess also we're going to probably meet Rhode Island housewives at BravoCon.
I mean,
there's going to be a panel. It's like introducing the Real Housewives of Rhode Island.
A panel, but maybe they would because I feel like they introduced New York at like the BravoCon 2022,
maybe
when we didn't go to.
Right.
So yeah,
but it'll be interesting. Next week on Miami, though,
Lisa cries and storms off.
Yes, and that's all we really see.
We see Stephanie and her family and the whole narcissist of it all. And
that's actually interesting because when she said she hasn't talked to her sisters in a while, it immediately made me think of Danielle on Jersey and how she and her brother had the falling out, but they never quite said why. And there was always this kind of like BS reason as to why it happened.
Instagram, and he also never came on the show.
It just never made sense why it happened. And so when Stephanie was going on about how we had, we don't talk, we don't communicate, I was just kind of like, well, are we ever going to find out why? And it seems like maybe we do, but at the same time,
I don't need any sibling drama anymore. I've just had too much of it with Atlanta.
I don't mind the sibling drama if we actually get it on camera. It's just always talking about it like Danielle did.
But even when it was on camera with Britt and her sisters, it was like, wah, wah, wah.
Well, that was just a womp womp to begin with. I'm just saying,
that's Britt to begin with.
I think I don't know, I'm a little encouraged by the fact that it's in next week's episode. It's going to be Stephanie's third episode altogether. And if they're already bringing it in, it looks like it's a little confrontational. And maybe I'm wrong, but
It seems to be like a situation similar to Danielle's situation of like, you know, she's venting to her parents about her siblings, and they're just like, oh, you know, trying to maintain a neutrality.
Yeah. So do you think I'm assuming that was one of her sisters at the table.
I thought that was her mom. She looks very young.
Okay.
With the blonde hair. That makes sense. That was her mom.
Okay. Because, and who is she reminding me of? The Nastasha Kinski? Is she giving me that? Is that who I'm thinking of?
Like the Femme Nikita?
Yeah. The older, you know, anyway, I'll think about it. No, because I originally thought Stephanie's sisters were, they're much older than she is, but that makes sense. That would be her mother.
Right.
That makes sense. Okay, then maybe we are going to have a horrible sibling storyline. I take it all back.
I mean, because there seems to be nothing really dramatic with her and her husband, and it can't just be like, I have Birkins. She needs more of a story. So it's like, oh, by the way, I don't talk to my sisters.
And I hate you, Lisa. That's going to be her story. I would just come for Lisa. I thought it was nice, though, and we already said it earlier, I thought it was nice that at the end of the episode, after coming for Lisa, she tried to backpedal. Like, I think sincerely.
Not even backpedal, but I think just being like, you know, I guess she really just came off a little gruff, but she's like trying to explain it's a pet peeve of mine, you know, and Lisa just wasn't having it because I think Lisa is a narcissist.
I think we find that out next week.
Yes.
But also, it's that same thing. Even when Marisol comes on, it's like, oh, she said what we were wanting to say for 13 years. It's like, do all these women just not say these things out loud?
How do you not say it when you have like Andy Cohen saying it to her face? Like you should just say, you are late. We're not going to tolerate it. If this happens again, we will leave you. Yeah. We'll give you a good 15-minute grace period, and then we're gone.
It seems like every other franchise has the late person, and they've all brought it up, and they all make it very clear, and they make jokes about it.
They have like hit Dorit over the head with it like so many times. Like, why have you not, to her face, not in confessionals, Marisol, why are you just saying it to her face?
Yes. Like, because she reacts like that, probably freaks the F out.
She's, again, I like Lisa, you know, but she seems a bit exhausting.
Yeah, I'm not on the Larsa wagon, and I'm certainly not getting on that Lisa wagon with you, I think.
I'm on the Lisa wagon, but I can see, I'm not so deep in it that I can't like point out her mistakes and her flaws.
Okay, I can see you with that.
So,
all right.
But I'm sure there'll be an explanation next week about why she was late. And it may involve her dead dad, because she likes to say, dead dad.
I think it involves her playing the victim.
Yes. Well, I think she's going to bring up her dead dad.
How many times can you say dead dad today?
As many times as Lisa can.
God. Well, I am definitely looking forward to next week. I'm looking forward to OC tomorrow.
Yes.
It's snuck up on us so quickly.
It did.
So, but should we talk about this next time?
Till next time.